like to recognize Dr. Lipinski for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Cordova, Dr. Subhain, thank you for your work. You both know how much I appreciate the NSF and the great work that the NSF does and the work that both of you do. I've always been a very strong supporter of the NSF, and my questions are not going to be a surprise to you what I'm going to ask about. First is about I-Corps, because I've been a big champion of I-Corps, Innovation Corps, since the NSF started it. I think it's really important that we do what we can to help get the great work, turn the great work that's being done through the research at our universities and also our national labs into new products and services. So I'm pleased that the FY20 budget request indicates that NSF plans to expand I-Corps by increasing the number of sites and nodes and fostering a national innovation network. So my question is, and I know, the budget, overall budget is very difficult. The small increase for I-Corps. But I want to know how you're going to balance Dr. Cordova, how you're going to balance the number of entrepreneur teams funded with new I-Corps sites and nodes if there is not a substantial funding increase.
Thank you for your enthusiasm over I-Corps. This is a program that's only about half a dozen years old, and it's already yielded over 500 new startup companies. And what it's really changed is, I think, is the whole idea that faculty have that research can really be accelerated, and how do you do that acceleration? And so I think it's a culture changer, as well as given opportunities to new entrants into becoming, to starting their own businesses. When I've gone around to universities, I've seen women, underrepresented minorities be some of the I-Corps participants that are then starting their own businesses. It's just a game changer. We will do the best that we can by I-Corps. You've noticed that we've held the budget relatively flat, even though we have $1 billion less than we in this proposal than we presently have to work with. But I-Corps has also been, because it's worked so well in such a short time, it's also influenced the way we do a number of our other programs. For example, our Convergence Accelerator has an I-Corps component to it, because it's all really about how do you get research to translate faster into public good. And I-Corps was a way that showed us how to do that.
Thank you. I wanted to move on to AI. Well, let me just say I appreciate the fact, as I said, that the budget is tough, and the fact that I-Corps gets a small increase relative to everything else. I appreciate that commitment from the NSF to I-Corps, and hope that continues to have that strong commitment. I know that Ranking Member Baird talked a little bit about AI and asked a question about AI and social sciences. I have a bill right now that would coordinate AI R&D across agencies. And you know also, other thing I've been very focused on is social science research and the importance of social science research. And now you talked a little bit about that with regard to AI. But one other aspect of that is, what about the societal impacts of AI-enabled devices? Is this something that is going to be a focus of NSF research, funded research?
Absolutely. I mentioned a couple of new programs that we've offered, or solicitations for proposals. One is the combination of the Social and Behavioral Economic Sciences Directorate with our Computer and Information Sciences Directorate, and an entity called the Partnership for AI, which is 50 industries and others. And together they've pooled resources to ask for proposals in doing just that, to look at the ethical framework and the impact of AI on society, anything to do with AI and people and how it's going to affect them, but making sure that we have an unbiased, transparent, fair approach to artificial intelligence. And one that's very similar is our collaboration with Amazon, this $20 million collaboration over the next 3 years, where again, it's the social and behavioral sciences and the computer and information sciences that are requesting proposals for ethical framework, impact framework for artificial intelligence. So I think we're going to see, we just welcome, as you know, all great proposals, and we'll see what we get, but I'll be happy to report to you later what some of the more interesting proposals that we get along those lines.
Thank you. Very quickly, Dr. Zubayn, do you have anything to add on either of those? You don't have to. I just want to give you the opportunity.
I think the board is very interested in looking at AI, and we had in a plenary session last July about it. I think trustworthy AI is important, and we have to make sure that we're incorporating ethical and other kinds of social and behavioral questions into our development of AI.
Right. Thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you, Dr. Lipinski. And now I'd